Oh, well, it certainly worked for them, and I think that's your biggest challenge or biggest thing you're trying to do as far as a coach is maximize your talent or maximize who you think you can recruit the best, or just all that putting that formula together, and for them that has certainly worked, and they're absolutely different in our conference as far as an opponent to prep for in terms of your scout team and positions, and that you're trying to match up from a personnel standpoint. And so yeah, they are unique in this conference. I don't know about across the country how many teams are like them in terms of what they do. And then they do that, but then they also do kind of what we would call a normal offense too. So there's a little bit of everything when you're getting ready for them.
Joey?
Coach, you're a quarterback's guy. What do you make of how Hogan has progressed since the last time you guys saw him? Because the first time you guys saw him, he was only in for about a game before that. Now a full year later, how good is he?
I would be lying if I knew how to compare him to other people as far as a comparison, but you can certainly see his development has been significant, and probably, like you're saying, a great deal of that is just experience. He's obviously a very talented guy, a multi-dimensional guy, run pass threat type of guy, and so those guys are always tough to prepare for.
Eric?
To piggyback off that first point, how difficult is that when you're week in, week out, putting a scout defense together, or a scout offense together for a spread look? How difficult is that to change things up for a week like this? I guess it helps when you have the bye, but...
Yeah, I think it's, anytime you're trying to simulate somebody else from a scout team perspective, that's difficult. We don't have anybody on our scout team defense that looks like anybody on their defense, for instance. We don't have 9 offensive linemen that can run down and simulate their offensive line. You just don't have those kind of body types laying around, and that's where you have to kind of trust your approach. You have to trust your scheme. The soundness of your scheme in every phase has to be tested in that regard, because those same guys, from a defensive standpoint, those linebackers and DBs are the what make up the big part of their special teams units. But just from a play standpoint, it's not that different. There's just maybe 1 or 2 extra gaps that are created by how they line up, and that's where, again, there's always a guy that's responsible for a gap, and it's relying on the soundness of those schemes to hold up.